What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Darth Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. We are almost at 7,000 subscribers, 7,000 Dividend Warrior strong. Happy Dividend Warrior Wednesday. It's a big day for all of us dividend investors. So yesterday, I discussed the top 5 current highest yielding dividend achievers. So achievers, you had to be a certain status. That's 10 years. And dividend kings, you have to be 50 years. So with dividend achievers, I did see a comment, that terrible list, this and that. Well, you got to do your due diligence. Again, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes. Only disclaimer in the description. I even showed you an example of one of them yesterday that cut their dividend. So I had that as my bonus stock. So you got to watch that full video and make a conclusion, and do your due diligence yourself. There are certain ones that I own and certain ones I don't own. But these 5 dividend kings are the real deal. Some of you guys probably have them in your dividend portfolio. I can tell you more than one in my dividend portfolio. I have a lot of confidence in these guys as a dividend stock. So if you're new to this channel, again, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Smash that like button. Let's check these out right now. The first and top highest yielding dividend stock on the Dividends Kings list is Altria. The symbol is MO. I own these guys and I'm long in them. They have a dividend yield of 7.83%, a PE ratio of 31.04, volume is 7.31 million US dollars. Its year range is $40 to $52.59. Its day range is $45.50 to $46.09. This is a sin stock, okay? If people are going to smoke, they don't care. People are going to party, they don't care. These guys really have capitalized on the Mary Jane business. They're starting to look into it. On their website, they say, well, smoking's bad, this and that. They don't care. I'm going to tell you, they don't care. And you know what? People invest in these guys because everybody knows people are going to smoke. They don't care. I'm a registered nurse. I work on a cardiac step-down floor. I tell people all the time, smoking's terrible. You got chest pain because you're smoking. You just got open heart surgery. Why are you going to smoke? Just questions like that. Well, I don't care. People don't care. I mean, it sucks. I mean, this is why people invest in the stock. People don't care. It's a sin stock. I mean, it sounds terrible to say, but it's true. People just don't care. I mean, look, just go outside a bar, see how many people are smoking cigarettes. Go to a gas station. Just go in there. Walk in there and see people buying Philip Morris products or Altria products. They don't care. I mean, it's sad. Tobacco is nicotine. It's an addicting drug, and you try to help people. They just don't. They don't have it within. They don't care. It's sad. It really is. And I'm going to show you the revenue of Altria real quick to show you why they are a dividend king and why they want to keep their reputation as a dividend king. So this is in millions US dollars. 2014 it was 24,000, 522, 25, 25, 25, 26. So it went up. So it's within the 24,000, 26,000. This is again revenue in millions of US dollars. So these guys have a reputation of increasing their dividends, and they do what they can. The gross profit's actually pretty good. Gross profit has gone up every year. So there's a few things that you need to look into with these guys as a dividend stock. But the most attractive thing about these guys is their dividend history. They're cheap. They increase their dividends, which I'll show you. Look at this, 52 cents, 56 cents, 61, 70, 80, 84, 86, 90 cents right now. Has a PE ratio of 31.05 with a dividend yield of 7.94%, annual dividend $3.60, sitting at $46.08. How do you say no to that as a dividend stock? Definitely as a quarterly dividend stock and as a dividend king. Let's jump to the next dividend stock. And that next stock is Northwest Natural Holding Company. The symbol is NWN. Has a dividend yield of 4.05%, a PE ratio of 16.19. Volume of 185.93. Its market cap was 1.46 billion. Year range was 41.71 to 56.75. Its day range was 46.51 to 47.99. That is very impressive, okay, as a company, first of all. The market cap, I like the market cap. That is pretty high. The PE ratio, not too bad. Dividend yield's 4.05%. Who the heck are these guys? A lot of you guys are probably saying, who are they? I actually did too. So these guys serve more than 770,000 customers across the Pacific Northwest, who are also our neighbors. We grew up here, so look for us as community events. Join us as we participate in the environmental programs that support a better future, and always expect new innovations to ensure natural gas remains a safe, reliable, and comfortable choice. I've said this numerous times. Natural gas, you can say whatever you want about oil. Natural gas is in demand. People use it for houses, generators, like here. I mean, mine's straight on electricity, but a generator turns on and it uses natural gas to get things rolling because, there's how are we going to have power? So that's one thing. Their mission is to provide safe, reliable, and affordable energy in an environmentally responsible way to better the lives of the public we speak. 770,000 customers in the Pacific Northwest. That is huge. Let's look a little bit more into them. So, service and innovation since 1859. For 162 years, NW Natural has been a vital part of the Northwest, providing a safe, efficient, reliable energy for homes and businesses. So, as Oregon and Southwest Washington grew into thriving communities, we kept pace, innovating along the way to ensure the convenience of natural gas would be there to provide great quality for life overall. So, there's the territory, like they said, in the Pacific Northwest. How is their revenue doing? And this is in millions of US dollars. So look at this: 754, 723, 668, 755, 706, 746, 773. So they are consistent. Okay. In the past 3 years, there's an increase in these guys. Natural gas is doing, it does amazing stuff. I mean, we need natural gas. Okay. That's just how it is. And that's something that's in demand. So that's the most important thing. But you know what's also attractive is their dividend history. 2014, 46 cents. 2017, 47 cents. 2018, 47.2. 47.7. 48, 48.2. So you're getting consistent dividend increases. See, I do video for you guys and it's free. And you guys are seeing dividend stocks you never even heard of that are in demand. So this is what I do. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. And again, I tell you about the disclaimer. Look at this: 4.09% dividend yield, annual dividend 193, ton of customers, high in demand, PE ratio 16.15. I'll say that again. I can barely talk. I'm like choking on water. I took a sip like in between doing this. And then 47.64. How do you say no to that? Let's jump to the next dividend stock. The next dividend king is 3M. These guys are a juggernaut in healthcare. They sell so many products. It's ridiculous. Right here, I have friends in my complex that have dogs, and I have to get a lint roller, especially, the golden retrievers and stuff. Those things shed hair like crazy. And believe me, I had to use this to put it on my pea coat. And, they run into their dogs and they're walking them, and I got to put this on right away. And here's my Littman stethoscope, and I have my 3M tape that I usually use at work, being a nurse. That's just some things that these guys carry. It's not just that. They have, I'll just give you an example of how many things they own. I'll go on their website real quick. There's so many things, it's ridiculous. I mean, this is insane. I'm just going to products, just clicking the product situation. Coatings, cleaning supplies, building materials, advanced materials. These guys are huge in healthcare, dental and orthodontics, electrical, films and sheeting, medical, lubricants, tapes. Right here. My Littman stethoscope. Littman has the biggest reputation and probably the best reputation out of stethoscopes. I can guarantee the majority of the people that buy stethoscopes, it's probably Littman. Other than being a nursing student, you buy the cheapest stethoscope you can because you're just a cheap nursing student. And I'd buy a new one. I unfortunately got mine stolen at work. I think it was probably a patient when I threw my stethoscope down and I ran into a code. I think it maybe so. I had to buy a new one, and I absolutely love this cardiology stethoscope, the Littman version. I got mine stolen probably a few years ago, and my neighbor, who is a former, he used to live in my complex. He's a physician assistant in the ER, so he hooked me up with the Littman for like $40. He's like, hey, my company hooks me up with a free one, so here you go. I'm like, hey, man, I'll just buy it off you for $40. So that was a deal. And then I finally bought my own that was a little bit more powerful since I'm in nurse practitioner school. So let me show you the revenue of 3M real quick. So here's what I like about 3M. There is consistency. It's 31,821. This is again millions US dollars. 30,274, 30,109, 31,657, 32,765, 32,136, 32,184. Now do not forget, we are in still, the bugs out there. The 3M masks, that are, those are in demand. Those are still in demand. People are probably wearing them in the public. They have the most amount of, they have protection. So that's a thing that they have. That's a special, and if you have a patient that has TB, you have to wear those special masks. So, those guys are big with masks. They have so much stuff. It is like so ridiculous. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. I mean, to have your stethoscope stolen, it's not cheap. They're not cheap. So I picked up another shift and just paid it off. But it's Littman stethoscopes. I'm telling you, like in the hospital, I cannot tell you how many stories people would steal them or patients would steal them and sell them online because they're and getting caught. And it's a high demand product. It is the Littman stethoscopes. It's crazy. So I'll show you the dividend history. So look at this in 2014. 85 cents, then $1.02, then 111, then 117, then 136, then 144, then 147, then to 148. So you have a quarterly dividend stock that increases its dividend over time with 3.39%. The PE ratio is 17.25. It's not jumping up too fast either, which makes these guys an attractive dividend stock, and it's sitting at 175.41. This is one that I'm looking at in the future once I start really generating the monthly dividend income on my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. I'm going to have a section where I can buy people like them, IBM, and AbbVie, and I can just really load up on those dividends because these guys have consistently increased their dividends. I'm going to have a special section. It's not ready yet. It's not even close to being ready. Once I start generating maybe about 200 a month on my dividend income and M1 Finance, these guys are going to be on it. I can guarantee you that they're probably going to be on it. IBM, Pepsi. I just really want some firepower so that I get consistent increases and consistent raises. But that might get to the point where I hit, $100,000 with my dividend portfolio and M1 Finance. I'm not there yet, but these guys are always on my radar. I would love to buy them right now. I don't have enough to start really racking in the firepower to buy stocks like this because of the price. I can't say no to it. It's a great dividend stock. Let's jump to the next dividend stock. And that next stock is a real estate investment trust, Federal Realty Investment Trust. FRT is the symbol. It has a dividend yield of 3.33%, PE ratio of 42.56, market cap 10.01 billion US dollars. Its year range was 81.85 to 135.56. So pandemic, real estate sector, the REITs took a huge hit. And believe me, I capitalized on a lot of real estate investment trusts. And these guys usually distribute really good dividends, and that's the sector that people love for passive income, or the real estate investment trust. I don't have time to own real estate, so that's why I put money into real estate investment trust. Maybe eventually I'll start investing in real estate. But let me show you what these guys are about, because you need to understand what the REIT is before you start making the call and looking at it and buying it and making a decision. You always got to do your due diligence. So let's check these guys out. So these guys are an S&P real estate company founded in 1962. Their mission is to deliver long-term sustainable growth through investing in communities where retail demand exceeds in supply. Okay, growth, execution, stability. So our properties are located in 8 major markets characterized by their superior demographics, high barriers to entry, and significant demand. Our diversified portfolio is positioned to be real estate choice for the widest selection of tenants and uses. So they have 106 properties, approximately 3,100 tenants, 25 million square feet, and 3,200 residential units. They're in Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Silicon Valley, and Los Angeles, and Miami. So that's great, but how are they doing revenue wise? Millions US dollars, 686, 744, 801, 857, 915, 935, 835. You can play the pandemic card. These guys have consistently increased their revenue. That is extremely attractive as a real estate investment trust. So this one, you have to really study this one. Any real estate investment trust, you should always study before you pull the trigger on it and make a call. You got to see if it's demand. Is it increasing revenue? What is the FFO? That's always important. Sometimes, I know they say the PE ratio isn't really attractive, but if it's extremely low, that's a red flag. That's always a red flag with PE ratios extremely low with real estate investment trusts. So that's one thing to really look into. And I did post a video on that as well. Let me show you the dividend history. Oh, this is looking good. Look at this. 2013, 78 cents. 2014, 87, 94, 98, $1, $1.02, $1.05, $1.06, $1.07, sitting at 128.72, PE ratio of 42.48, a dividend yield of 3.3%, annual dividend of 428. Yes, that looks pretty attractive to me. Again, this is not financial advice for entertainment purposes, only disclaimer in the description, but you got yourself a pretty good investment. These guys they know what they're doing, they can back it up, they can back up their mouths, and they're very transparent with how things are looking and what their strategy is. And they're backing up with their revenue increasing as well as their dividends. Let's jump to the final dividend stock. And Coca-Cola stock is actually number 5 in the Dividend Kings list. So I just went from 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys are number 5. They're sitting at $58.06. Dividend yield at 2.89%. PE ratio 28.57. Market cap of 250.79 billion US dollars. Its year range was 48.11 to 58.25. Day range was 57.65 to 58.25. This is what I like about these guys. I have these guys. I'm long in them. They have consistent dividend increases. Pepsi's way more expensive. I can afford these guys right now. They have a decent dividend yield of 2.89%. And these guys have consistently increased their dividends. They just made a big acquisition of Body Armor, which I'll go over real quick. So this is on their website. So they continue to gain share and outgrow the U.S. sports drink category. Coca-Cola today announced it has acquired full ownership of Body Armor, a line of sports performance and hydration beverages that is incremental to the Coca-Cola beverage portfolio and has significant potential for long-term growth. So that's very attractive. But you know what's even more attractive is their dividend history. But I will go over their revenue real quick. Millions US dollars, 45, 44, 41, 36, 34, 37, 33. They're down from the 40s. Should you freak out? My answer is no. That acquisition of Body Armor is huge. They have so many products that people buy on the shelves, not just Coca-Cola, but other products that they carry. Fairlife protein, Fairlife milk. They acquired those guys. They're making some acquisitions to improve themselves as a company. They just suck them up, just like Body Armor. They suck them up, and they're just loading up in potential growth. And I think these guys will be very strong in the past. And I love Diet Coke. I drink it at work. My 2 p.m. drink to get the caffeine rolling in me. And, the thing is, these guys are in demand. How many people buy Coke products? That's the big thing. So let's jump to their dividend history. Look at these significant increases. 2013, 28 cents, 2014, 30, 2015, 33, 35, 37. They're at 42 cents. PE ratio 28.46. Dividend yield at 2.91%. Annual dividend 168, and they're sitting at $58.01. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I'm going to post a video tomorrow. I will be doing my shift, but my video will be saved and posted tomorrow while I'm working. It's an individual stock that you guys have really pushed for me to do a review on. So I will do that. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll do it after my shift. That way I can really think about it, not try to rush stuff. And I'll have it strategically planned and explain to you why it's a good one and why it's not a good one. So that I think it's very interesting. It's a high yield dividend stock. It's very popular amongst dividend investors. People always discuss the stock and the symbol and the individual, just giving you a hint. And so if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. This is Darth Dividend. You guys have a good one.